Many years passed, and the violin player we know asked us to play a gig together. We practiced the old continental tunes and learned a whole bunch more. After a few of these gigs, we decided to continue to practice weekly. It was like the boys' night out without the booze. We got better and better. We not only started to play better, we started to play better together. It was clear we needed more musicians. Brian Ropesian was the first to join us playing percussion.
At the age of 6, Brian received his first drum set and later taught himself to play. He has played in various groups covering a variety of musical styles, from jazz to rock to world Latin. He started the Acoustics with just a few shakers and slowly built up his kit. He has an interesting talent of playing several items at one time. Up to this time, the band did not have a name. After some unpopular suggestions, a name was chosen. This band would be called the Acoustics. This name was selected because of the acoustic instruments that we all play, opposed to electric instruments. Even though we do amplify for most gigs, we always maintain the purity of the sound. The acoustic sound required a bass, so in keeping with the theme, the search was on for a stand-up bass player. We found a bass player that stayed with us for a while.
During this time, we learned over 100 continental tunes. Different styles were explored. We played tangos, waltzes, polkas, bee-winds, cha-chas, Christmas carols, rock, love songs, classical, and anything else that was requested. I even sung a song once. We grew as a band, and the casual fun became more serious fun. As the band became more serious, tensions grew between musicians. So after a particularly bad gig, we needed a new violin player.
Italka Nalassi became our permanent violin player. A young high school student with excellent ability and a knack for writing music. Italka began to play the violin at the age of 5 and now has a degree in music composition. Italka was the best musician I had ever played with. All the songs evolved to a higher level. We were all inspired to play better. Italka brought an air of freshness to the music. She inspired Al to create music. They were clearly a team. We were playing well and wanted to record the music. We went into a studio and recorded a CD for family, friends, and demos. Al and Italka wrote a song called Ombra d'Amore. This was the first of many songs that would be written. This was the title track. The CD was a great success. It was played on the radio, family and friends just loved it. And most of all, it gave Al the confidence to write more songs. Now our continental music was supplemented with original tunes that Al wrote. Italka and Enzo also composed portions of the tunes. The band was going in a certain direction of composing their own material. Not all the members of the band wanted to follow Al's lead, so a new bass player was required. Nick Davis became our permanent bass player, a young high school student with excellent ability and classically trained in bass.
The band members had an excellent chemistry. We all got along well. We played well together, and friendships developed.
Our chemistry was really good. I think it's really good. And we get along. We kind of like are very open. We try to have a good time together, and I think it works well.
We all get along. We all pitch in. We get to do, like our feedback matters. Al, and everyone really in the band pause and let people talk, and we just work together great as a band. We value self-expression, I guess you could say, and for sure we have a structure for the band. We have a structure for the music. Sorry, this is it. Here's the score. Look at it. But I feel like I want to add something here, add something there. Sure, go right ahead. See, and then everyone kind of comments on it. The chemistry is it sort of teeters towards creation. Like everyone's kind of motivating each other. So yeah, we motivate each other and we have fun at the same time. But when we have to work, we work too. And you know, even in times of let's say distress or whatever, we always pulled through, and it's good. You know, we have great chemistry. I can't see any problems with that.
But we're all great friends. Of course, Al is the neurotic, crazy one, but he's also really nice and really caring. Everyone's good friends. Everyone's caring. Usually we're all communicating and smiling at each other and enjoying each other's company.
Well, it's sort of like a family, if you could put it in those terms. We have our dad, Alfonso, of course. No spanking, so I guess I've been a good boy. We sort of mesh, and we have our moments, but on the whole, it's a nice family, yeah.
The band it's got some good chemistry going on. We all like to joke around, and we don't take each other 100% for serious. Everyone likes to have good jokes, and but at the same time, we're all pretty serious about our music and the stuff that we're creating as a group. So, you know, I think we've walked the balance very nicely of being both fun and serious.
We were still playing many of the popular continental tunes, but they were giving way to the original material. We developed our own sound, our own music. It's hard to classify. It's got a genre of its own.
Well, it's challenging. We go from Cuba, we're in Italy, we're in the south of France, here we are in Hungary. We're all over the place. So it's a lot of fun because vicariously we get to see the world and try to interpret its music and culture just through 6 musicians. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, I don't specifically set out to write or create a specific genre of music. It's just what comes out of my being and our instruments. And I suppose it's subconsciously influenced by what we grew up listening to, which I listened to, you know, Zeppelin and the Beatles, as well as things my mom used to play, like tangos and cha-chas.
Yeah, like I think the music that we play is unlike a lot of stuff out there, and it's unlike other roots music, it's unlike other world music, but at the same time there's definitely elements of things that you hear in it. I mean, it's really hard to place what niche it fits into exactly. But at the same time, it doesn't sound that way, if that makes any sense. That we all, on listening to it for your first time, I think it's not something completely unfamiliar, something that is something you can relate to. Very melodic, inspired by rhythms from far-reaching as South America to Europe. And yeah, I think it's just a great cross genre of all these things, turned into a mosaic of different cultures and beautiful music.
We were performing in many venues and occasions. We played weddings, anniversaries, fundraisers, concerts, benefits, even opened for the Hamilton Philharmonic. Playing all those gigs really were good times.